again, Cancer. It's May 2018. Dadhichi here with your horoscope and also a look at what's going on in this next 4 weeks for you. And straight off the bat, we see this very, very powerful, we could even call it somewhat harrowing combination of planets in your most significant relationship sector, the 7th house of your horoscope. That's on the heels of this full moon that took place late in April. Full moon very near to Jupiter, which we mentioned last month, but in your 5th house of love affairs. So these two areas, at least at the outset of the month, dominate your relationships. We've talked a lot about Saturn over the past months, impacting very, very powerfully on your marriage, your relationships, and this can be, I guess, a challenging aspect, with Pluto also being very transformative. But Mars here can make you rather irascible, impatient, angry, and vice versa from your partner. And this relates to business partnerships as well. So let me start this, because this animation can help us see. On the 2nd, the movement of the moon through the 6th house of health, workplace activities, is challenged by Neptune up there in the 9th house. So this can create some physical sort of problems for you. Then moon moves into this marital sector, the partnership sector again, on the 4th. So the 4th, 5th, and even the 6th, you have to endure these conjunctions of the Saturn, Pluto and Mars combination that are there. So that's creating a lot of emotionalism in your relationships through this period. Anger. Then it moves to this 8th house of shared resources. And notice that it passes over this little, what we call the Duvalaki. It's the past karma points. So you're going to be revisiting some of the areas of your financial transactions. Then up here into the higher educational, spiritual areas on the 10th. So these few days are very contrasted to each other. Journeys take place, or at least you'll be dreaming of that when the moon and Neptune are together. Take a look also here, because you can see Mars, which is probably one of your better planets, is going to make a shift here. That's going to be a great relief for you when that happens. But in the meantime, on the 12th and 13th, this area of your horoscope, your professional life, with Moon and Mercury and Uranus here, expect some very left of field experiences, if not events, to take place. The 14th, Mercury moves into the 11th house of social networking and profitability. Uranus also moves in on the 16th. So fortunately, Mercury is the quicker moving planet. It will escape the influence of Mercury thereafter. And also at that time, Mars moving into your 8th house. So this is friendships, and look at this, the tight square there that's taking place between these 3 planets indicates some sort of quirky, offbeat communications and relationships with friends. It's also unexpected profitability, because this 11th house means money from your work. Mars in the 8th house can indicate squabbles over money too, however. So you need to watch that. I'm interested to talk about the new moon, which I just missed there, by the way, which takes place around the 15th. That will happen in the sign of Taurus, which is also relating to this profitability of your ventures, your work. This can be pay rises. Mercury for you is ruling your 3rd house of contracts and short journeys. So this could involve travels with friends as well during that particular interval of the month. While Mercury is transiting through this area of your horoscope, you can expect all sorts of interesting relationships, friendships, meetings, new acquaintances to take place. But here you have to be careful you don't burn yourself out, because we see that there's that powerful opposition between Mercury and Jupiter. So what you're saying is not necessarily being understood exactly in the way you would wish that to be understood. Nevertheless, lots of activity there. And this in itself, this transit of Uranus, is a 7-year cycle. So that's going to bring with it a lot of very, very weird stuff. You'd better be careful. For some reason, all the nutcases are going to be coming out of the woodwork. You're going to be attracted. You're going to have to filter that through. As long as you've got a screening process, Cancer, you're going to meet some very interesting people. Some not so useful in your life, and others very, very enlightening, I must say. There's a full moon coming up here in the very last few days of the month, around 28th, I think it's 29th or 30th. Here we see a return to the Moon-Jupiter combination. Love affairs, creativity are really accentuated during that transit, especially with the lovely triangular aspect to Venus in your sun sign. That brings with it more confidence in yourself, a more alluring quality. And then that full moon that I'm talking about, again, taking place in your 6th house. Pay attention to your work at the last few days of the month, your health, your diet, and all of those sort of things, to really lift yourself up and to avail yourself of these other energies that can be a lot of fun. Sun in the 12th house means it's a bit of a low-key period. No problem if you want to spend some time alone and just get into your own self, your own creativity, and to hell with everyone else. Join me at astrology.com.au. We're here every month, but in the meantime, get the more detailed analysis there on the daily, monthly, and yearly readings. Of course, you can get personal readings with me and any of the other associates we have there on the site. Look forward to your company next month. Bye-bye.